Hi there guys, I wasn't really planning on doing a Mortal Kombat video this week, and this really isn't anything new, but I just thought I'd share with you guys some of the exclusives I have had in the past through the whole Mortal Kombat timeline. Yeah, I'm going to just keep this quick because it's getting sort of late here, so yeah, I'll just take you, I'm going to give you a quick description and then you can watch the slideshow of the content that I do have. So first up, I've got a whole lot of pictures here that this artwork was released when Mortal Kombat Advance was coming out, but it's actually Ultimate MK3 or MK Trilogy artwork, but it wasn't posted anywhere. See, a lot of this stuff I had access to because I had European press or Australian press access to this stuff, and at the time a lot of the sites in America didn't have this content, so like, you know, IGN or GameSpot or any of them didn't have this stuff. Maybe they had some, like maybe one or two pictures, but I found it all, so I was able to release all these Ultimate MK character sketches. Not all the characters are here, but the majority are, because yeah, it's sort of funny. Like, you'll notice that Baraka's missing and Johnny Cage is missing and Raiden's missing. And that artwork does exist because I've got a poster with all those pictures on it. But when they posted this, they only posted the Ultimate MK characters, so some of it's missing. But yeah, check it out now. Alrighty, so next up we have Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Around this time I was starting to get, you know, some heavy midway contacts, and they were starting to hook me up with all the high resolution pictures and that. And Deadly Alliance had actually come out when I found this stuff, but during the promotion of Deadly Alliance, again, a lot of renders were released and stuff, but there was a lot that weren't. like for instance the render of Cyrax or Draman or Suhao or Blaze or Mocap, those renders, or there was this other one of Moloch where he's holding the ball, they weren't released. And yeah, again, this European Australian press site that had everything on it, so I released all the renders, which you can download on Total Mortal Kombat now, and yeah, people were blown away. They could get high-res Cyrax renders or Draman renders. No one else had them. Again, IGN GameSpot had a few, but they didn't get them all, and I had them all. So it was pretty cool in that respect. So let's check those ones out now. Now, Deception is pretty much my favorite, one of my favorite Mortal Kombat, and this is where I started getting exclusive renders. So this was sort of exciting. What you're going to see in this slideshow is you're going to see a few stage images. I'm not sure if these were released or not. I don't think they were, so I've chucked them in here anyway. And then you'll also see a picture of Scorpion, and it looks sort of unpolished, an unpolished render with a grey background. That was the first render I was ever given, and yeah, it was for the magazine cover, which you'll see. You'll see the render, then you'll see the magazine cover, then you'll see the final full render with Scorpion holding the sword on fire, you know. And another thing you'll see in here is a zombie Liu Kang render with a black background. And interesting enough, I was lucky. Ed Boon gave that to me, which I was very, very, very happy about. Yeah, thanks again, Ed. I asked him, I sent him a message and I said, I'm making a zombie Zombie Liu Kang theme for my website because I think Zombie Liu Kang's awesome. Is there any sort of picture or render you could give me? And he replied with that one, and that's the render of Zombie Liu Kang that exists, and it's very low resolution because it's just part of the title screen. And what happened after I got it was it actually caused a bit of a tidal wave of requests that Midway got because they saw it on my website, and I wouldn't release the full thing. I just sort of had it as part of my theme, you know, and it was really good exclusive, and I didn't really just want to give it to everyone on the internet, you know, because people take shit and don't credit me, and, you know, I know people think it's, you know, a bit greedy to want all the credit, but, you know, I am running a website, and I do want it to become cool and have a good following and everything too, so, and it does cost me a lot of money. Anyway, yeah, all these people sent all these messages to Midway. They sent so many messages. The Midway said, "Fine, okay, here's a Zombie Liu Kang render," and they put the Zombie Liu Kang render on the dragon background. You know, so yeah, that was my fault. You know, other than that, you'll see a magazine ad here that was given to me, and yeah, that's pretty much. If I've left anything out, you'll see it in the video anyway, but yeah, Deception was pretty cool, and it was the start of something very special for TMK. Alrighty, so yeah, now we're going to have a look at some of the Shaolin Monk stuff I got. Now the Shaolin Monk stuff I got was actually pretty sweet because I found this video, and this is the only time I've ever found a video because it's very hard to get an exclusive video, like very hard, especially for a fan site. Usually only IGN or that get videos. That's why when we go to E3 we hope to get some good video footage and that. Yeah, so Shaolin Monks was coming out. And yeah, I'd found this video again on a European Australian press site, and it was actually a longer version of a video that was already on IGN, and yeah, it had like the whole introduction story for Shaolin Monks, like with voiceover and that, and everyone was like, "Wow, where'd this video come from?" And only TMK's got it, you know. So I was lucky, you know. I check everything on these PR websites. I check all the videos, everything, and I knew straight away no one had posted this video. So yeah, that was really cool. Other than that, I got the mask guard render you see here. I got that full resolution, whereas, you know, it had been leaked in a lower res, but I actually got it in the full size resolution. I should also mention, actually, when I was talking about Deception, I forgot to mention, you'll see some of the renders in there, and you're probably being like, "Oh, you didn't get those exclusive," but the reason they're in there is because Midway did release them as wallpapers, so the images were actually, some of the renders were actually cut off, but the renders I got was the full artwork, so you can actually see the full character, nothing's cut off. That's why I got those interception. But yeah, going back to Shaolin Monks, yeah, it was really cool to get this video. And yeah, I had a few print, again, ads that were in magazines here, you know, for the game. So yeah.
A battle raged at the end of the first tournament. Good versus evil, locked in mortal combat. The forces of Earthrealm were facing the greatest challenge. And they prevailed. The sorcerer, Shang Tsung, chose to run instead of accepting his defeat. Through a portal to Outworld, the horde of rogues escaped. The Thunder God assured the safety of his warriors. But the champion of Earthrealm and his most trusted ally were destined to take another path. Fighting together or independently, Liu Kang and Kung Lao struggled to face the threats of Outworld. Always resourceful, they never miss a chance to use their surroundings to dispatch an enemy. As their journey takes them deeper into the realm, they meet old friends and formidable adversaries. With experience as their teacher, the Shaolin monks become greater warriors. First, through the mastery of powerful weapons. Later, gaining mortality to deal with groups of enemies. And finally, unleashing the raw force of brutality. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, coming fall 2005.
Now we're going to talk about Armageddon. Now, Armageddon has my favourite exclusive in it. What happened was, when I was at E3, when you played Armageddon, on the side they had like character moves, and they had the portrait of what I call it a mugshot. It's a little square, you know, the select screen picture, and it had like the, you know, I had like the picture of Scorpion, and behind him all the fire, right? And yeah, it looked really cool in that. And then, you know, the screenshot came out of the select screen, and again, you know, same pictures, all there, awesome, right? Then the game came out, and after they shipped the game, they changed it around where the backgrounds weren't there anymore. So it had Scorpion, but instead of the fire background, it was just a gradient color, like a green or something. And for all the characters, like Sub-Zero no longer had like the ice background, and to me, like, I love those little pictures. Like, they're just little pictures, but you know, they tell a lot about the character. So like, yeah, Scorpion's got the fire in the background because he's an inferno he's a lost soul from Netherrealm, you know, that says everything about him. And then you got like the picture of Stryker. He's got like the buildings behind him. It looks urban. And you got Sonya with the American flag behind her. You know, patriotic and fighting for her country. You know, and when they were gone, I was so disappointed. Like, the pictures just like the life had gone from them. And I was like, oh man, you know. And straight away I sent a message I sent a message to PR, and I said, look, is there any way I could get these pictures how they were originally? Because the problem is, like, when we cut out those pictures, we usually cut it out from they always release a screenshot, a select screen usually. And because they'd released the select screen image, but it was incomplete, so some were missing, and it was pretty low res. I said, look, is there any way we can get these images, you know? And my marketing guy was really cool. And at first he said, "Oh, look, you know, I don't think it's going to be possible because the thing with marketing in games is when they're making a game, they have all this content in the game, but unless it's sort of approved for release, they don't want to give out some of that content, you know. The stuff they do give out, screenshots, renders and that, they sort of approve for promotion. And yeah, so sometimes if you ask for stuff from in the game, they don't really want to do it. But I said, I gotta have it. I gotta have this, you know. I said, come on, man. Is there any, like, I don't mind waiting if you got to go through the approval, you know. And again, he said no, and I was just like, oh, man, shit, you know. So I didn't give up though. I thought I'll wait a while. I'll just give up for now, you know, because you can't send an email every week and say, I want this, you know. It gets tired. Yeah, and I had an opportunity come up to get them, and it was when they were releasing the bios, and then I saw the opportunity and I grabbed it straight away. And yeah, people were making their own bios and stuff, and actually it might have been just before that, but either way, I sent a message to Cinder on the forums because I know he's one of the MK team people, and I said, Cinder, please help me out. I've asked marketing, but we really need these images of these characters, you know, because they look awesome. And I was lucky enough, Cinder replied and he gave me the file. Excuse me. So he gave me a Photoshop file that had all the images in it, 256 by 256 size, and I was just like over the moon. I'm like, these are awesome. And I even released them to the public with the proviso that you give me some credit without watermarks, which was stupid because everyone flogged them from me and not one person credited me, which was, I thought, was pretty stingy, you know, after all the trouble I went to get them released. But there's still sites out there now that use them, you know, these images. They all came from me, you know, all my hard work. But yeah, so that's been my favourite exclusive so far. So yeah, thanks Cinder. And other than that, yeah, you'll see in here a cast render, the full cast render. I got given that, but it was already online, but I got given it in higher resolution. There's also a few print ads in here, like they're sort of red from European magazines, which only were on my site and that. So yeah, let's check those out now. last but not least is Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Yeah, Mortal Kombat vs. DC. When I got to this sort of level, Midway knew I was very, very, you know, the man when it comes to promoting MK. I've done so much by this point by Midway since I first went to E3 in 2006. They just seen me do so much for their company by you know, having these big competitions that I paid for the whole thing. They supplied the games. I paid for all the shipping, sent them out, ran the whole thing, you know. I made them look really cool. Yeah, jumping on the forums, you know, making wallpapers, doing all this promotion. So yeah, Midway were very happy with me by this time. And yeah, so I started getting screenshots as exclusives. So I got 3 exclusive screenshots during MK vs. DC Universe. Those were just the exclusives though, you know. I had about 60 screenshots of the game, 60 or 30 or something. And I also got 3 exclusive renders. The first one I was given was Catwoman, and I wasn't really supposed to get that. Someone gave it to me and it was a leak or something. And then all this stuff happened. And then Midway said, take down Catwoman and we'll give you something next week or something. And they gave me Sonya. And but I had to post Sonya like 8 o'clock or something because it was going to be on IGN at like 12 o'clock or something. So I was actually getting it before IGN. So all you people out there saying, oh, it's all about money, and oh, you're only a fan site, and IGN is so big. Man, I was getting that render before fucking IGN. So yeah, unfortunately though, I screwed that up because of the time zone delay. I worked out the times wrong, and IGN beat me to it. So I told Midway, I'm like, what happened? And I worked out the time wrong or something, and I said, don't worry about it, we'll give you another one. How cool is that? So yeah, Midway a week later gave me another render, and they gave me Shang Tsung, which I got the exclusive on again. So I had 3 exclusive renders during the promotion of Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. And yeah, the Shang Tsung render was fucking awesome. So yeah, I had the emails with the embargo information, do not post this before this time. You know, forewarning, as we get it now, you know, I was getting the same stuff during MK vs. DC Universe. So, on top of that, these posters came out in Europe, that, these like versus posters, and they didn't come out in America, so I was able to get my hands on that artwork, and I was lucky enough to get Photoshop versions of those images, and I was able to actually, the characters, I was able to bring out the whole character out of the poster. So, you know, and I made some cool wallpapers with them, as you'll see in this video. So yeah, check it out. Last but not least, yeah, there's a few other little exclusives I got. You may remember Scorpion was in an episode of Drawn Together. I got a big high-res image of that, which you can see, or you'll see in a minute. And also, I think this is the last thing, there was a game coming out on mobile phones, a Mortal Kombat game, and they released a logo, 2 screenshots, and like a cover shot. But that game never came out, unfortunately, so it was a bit of a pity. I actually liked, the graphics was pixely, like squarey, but they were sort of like 3D or something. It's hard to explain, but it sort of looked cool. But yeah, this Mortal Kombat game never saw the light of day, so I got those images, and I don't think anyone else has them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my video on my exclusives. There may have even been more. I sort of just sat down tonight and sort of just went back through my website and grabbed stuff, but there might have been more. I don't know. You know, so I sort of skimmed over some years and that. So, but I think this is pretty much the majority of the exclusives I got. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in about a week or so for another Mortal Kombat video.